Hey, this is Steven from Legit PC, and this is my review of Call of Duty Ghost. So it's a decent game. We'll get into it here in a second after we go over the options. So this game is very poorly optimized. Most of the games this quarter actually work pretty bad. So we're gonna go into the options here real quick, and I'll explain to you what's going on here. It probably runs a lot better on consoles than it does on PC. And also another thing, if you want to see a lot more footage, look for my day one. You'll see a lot more from my stream, Call of Duty Ghost stream. So you have a whole bunch of options here, but I found that my PC cannot. It will have large amounts of frame drop and mouse acceleration, and it would freeze randomly if I do anything above medium and have ambient occlusion off and AF off and AA off. So, as well as shadows and texture quality all the way down at medium or low. So that's just what I have to do on mine. I don't know if the same for yours, but mine will freeze up and it'll cause me to really play bad. So just kind of find what you need. As you can see here, you can see the freezing, and this is capturing with shadow play, so it's like 60 frames per second, but you randomly get frame drop. So if you look at the top left, you'll see the my Xfire overlay, and you'll see that you're getting like massive frame drop out of nowhere. It'll drop 30 frames and then just become completely useless, especially in a fast-paced multiplayer. But I mean, the engine, they probably didn't do too good on this run around through the engine, but the game is looking pretty good, looking a lot better. And the campaign was pretty fun to play, which you're watching right now. It's pretty epic. The campaign was good. I didn't have any other problems. The engine and the game are pretty solid. Not some some super bad problems that we had in Battlefield 4. Everything runs great. Besides, a couple multiplayer glitches and things like that, but other than that, it runs pretty good.
We got the green light. Prep all systems.
You can see that even though I think it's running a similar engine, the graphics are a lot better. It's just too bad that it didn't really run that great for me. It does kind of get that little bit of Battlefield look in some places. So the engine's getting better for Call of Duty. I don't know what they're gonna do for Treyarch, but it's a step forward. They just should have worked a little better on the engine rather than the gameplay, I think, to get it to run properly on PC. It probably runs perfectly fine on consoles. Here you just see part of the cinematic. And here's one of the space scenes. Which is really pretty cool. So they definitely up the ante as far as the Call of Duty series goes, even though I'm more into I would just rather the engine be better than have, interesting points like this in it. But if I have everything on medium, it'll play perfectly fine. So I just play it like that, no real big deal. So this is probably the same situation as Battlefield. Another month or two, they might get it fixed, they might not. So that's when I would pick it up. Or you could pick it up, and if it works, then it works, and if it doesn't, then you would either have to wait or it's never gonna work. So I guess it's like a 50-50 chance. For me, it didn't work out too well, but for you, it might work out better. The story is pretty good too. I personally enjoyed the story. Leaves a lot of room for the next game. And I don't know. I think it might be a step forward as far as the series goes, going into Ghost rather than another Modern Warfare, standard Modern Warfare. I mean, it pretty much is another Modern Warfare, but it's got another different twist on it. So that's I think a step in the positive direction. I think this is when I had it above normal again, so you see a lot of the frame drop and a lot of the bounciness, a lot of like the unevenness that, you know, the engine problems have. Other than that, multiplayer plays good. You know, I don't think there's still no dedicated servers. I don't think. The lag it's pretty controlled. So there's very minimal lag. So, you know, this is another also look at the engine. The engine looks really good, especially if you get it to work on high specs without, you know, the little frame drop and the jumpiness type thing. I know me and a friend both had the same problem, and actually me and a whole bunch of friends had the same problem. You know, still the computer AI for the campaign is still not all that great, but you know, it is what it is. AI is pretty hard to do. Alright, so we're going to go into multiplayer now, and this is on, I believe it's still on medium quality, so I get a little bit better gameplay type thing going on. So here I'm using the VKS or whatever it's called with built-on silencer and ACOG. So you see that the multiplayer plays really good. The hit recognition's a lot better than it used to be. I believe the snipers are a lot better than the previous games. Well, at least better than Black Ops. It's probably not as good as Modern Warfare 3, but I believe that the lag isn't as bad as Modern Warfare 3. So I think they really improved in that, because I had serious lag problems in Modern Warfare 3. But now most of those lag problems are remedied, so you'll have pretty smooth gameplay, and the game lobby engine, right, where it picks which game, the search engine there, is a lot better. It'll pick places that you're close to, so it'll keep you pretty much lag free, especially if you play, you know, with friends from pretty close area around. And then here I'm playing with a MTAR, and I'm going to be also playing with a Vepr. So this is like an SMG, but usually it's an assault rifle. So I'll give you guys some more variety. And then I have one other piece of footage with an assault rifle. I believe it's the AMX. The only thing that's also kind of weird is that this game doesn't have too many players for PC. It's down to, like, when I filmed this earlier today, it was like 10,000 players. And when you get late at night or early in the morning and you're playing, you get to maybe like 2,000 players. So hopefully it doesn't die too quickly, and maybe get some more players here the coming of next year, 2014. Hopefully it goes up a little bit, we get more players. But then again, when it comes to this and Battlefield, I mean, there's a little bit more to do in Battlefield. But if you're just interested in no vehicles and small maps, things like that, Call of Duty is probably more your game. As there's, you know, I think the first-person shooter part of it is a lot better than Battlefield. The hit recognition and the lag and things like that are a lot better. So all they need to do is just finish those fix those small little problems. But it'll play perfect. You just gotta. There's no real problems like I showed in Battlefield 4. It's just, you know, you just gotta find the resolution. As you saw there, my mouse froze. The acceleration froze. And because I believe I turned it up to high on this one, or I turned it back. But even when you turn it back, you still get problems with your mouse freezing up. So you just tweak it every time, find one that you want to go with, and go with that. And for the rest of the time you play it, and it'll be perfectly fine. And every once in a while, you know, change it up to see if they patched it, wait for a patch, and see if it fixes. If it doesn't, go back to normal and keep playing it that way. Other than that, the balancing of the weapons, I find that the balancing of the weapons is really good. There's not one super overpowered weapon. Of course, it all depends on the person that you're facing. If they have a really good, quite a bit of experience with one particular gun, then they're going to be more powerful with that gun. That's just how it is. Like, I'm pretty good with the Vepr and pretty good with the ACOG VKS. And I'm pretty OP with pretty overpowered with the VKS. As you see here, you see where I fall short with the assault rifles, because I usually just use the SMG assault rifle types like the MTAR and the Vepr. I just feel that a lot of the assault rifles fall short because they're really bouncy. And the submachine guns in this game are a little more stable. But a little less damage, a little less range. So yeah, pretty balanced, pretty fair, quite a bit of character customization. You know, you could change your outfits and stuff, which I didn't bother to put in here. It doesn't really have anything to do with the multiplayer gameplay. Except, you know, if they have a ghillie suit and they're really good at hiding in the grass, which that guy does, and hides in the grass a lot. And here I get, you know, he called in a dog, and the dog initiated, right there next to me. Yeah, the game plays pretty well. If you got the resolution, I would highly recommend it. It's a great game to play. If you get the resolution right, you play really smooth. They definitely fixed on Modern Warfare 3 as far as lag is concerned, and it plays good in this engine. It feels almost like a new engine, and you get those new engine problems. So this next footage here, I just have all of the, you know, going through the kits here. So, you know, you got the combat knife, all the assault rifles, and basically as you play through, you earn squad points, and you use the squad points to buy whatever unlocks you want. So there's not an unlocking system anymore. You just spend your squad points how you see fit, and you can buy new characters that have different loadouts on them. Or you could buy different, you know, different guns and different custom slots. Unlike on the previous Call of Duties where you had to prestige in order to get to the next unlock, this one you don't need to do that. This one you could just buy it with your squad points. It's got quite a bit. Doesn't have any of those super crazy things for secondaries. It's got pistols and launchers. And then you have your lethals with Simtex, now IMDs, stuff like that. And a whole lot of perks. I think the perk system is probably the best that I've seen in a long time. Basically, all you need to do is fill up that bar. There's a certain number. So here we got 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you have 8. And each of them are worth different points. You see that at the bottom left of each of the boxes. They're worth different points, and you could have up to 8. So you could do any kind of, you could have 8 ones, or you could have, 4 twos, that kind of thing. And here's the perks. Same thing for the perks. You just buy the squad point thing. But I believe there also is an extra unlock system to where you get of a level and it'll unlock it where you don't have to pay for it, which is good. But usually you buy it ahead of time anyways with your squad points. When you get to a point where you found pretty much what you're going to run with, you just have an excess of squad points like I have right now, 40 squad points. Okay, so now the conclusion. I think it's a great game if you find the graphic options that you could continue playing on and have pretty smooth frame rate, not any frame drops or weird mouse acceleration things. As I've heard that I have Windows 8, and supposedly on Windows 8 it has those mouse acceleration problems. So I kind of have to deal with that. But other than that, it plays really great. It's definitely gotten. It doesn't really have the lag not necessarily problems, but the lag style that Battlefield does, where it feels like that lag when you're doing standard team deathmatch and there's no vehicles or anything. It's like, oh, I'm shooting at this guy, all of a sudden you go into the death animation thing. I think that this one's a lot better first-person shooter than Battlefield is. So if you're into that first-person shooter, I would get this one over Battlefield. But if you're into that variety, then get Battlefield. This will probably be all fixed up within the next 1 to 2 months, or it won't ever be fixed. It's either these 2 months it's going to be fixed, or it'll probably never be fixed. And then you just kind of have to go to the next Call of Duty or whatever, or go to Titanfall when it comes out. Probably Titanfall. It's an improvement on the previous Call of Duties, I think. It's probably the best Call of Duty so far, even though, I'm a big fan of Call of Duty 4. And the first, that's the first Modern Warfare and Call of Duty 2 were personally my favorites. But I think it improved on Modern Warfare 3 as far as the lag, but it definitely doesn't play as good as Modern Warfare 3 as far as some of the things in there. But Modern Warfare 3 had a lot of unbalanced weapons. This one's really balanced, plays really well. The maps are of perfect size for all different kinds of games, and it has that clan wars, which me and some friends have a really fun time playing. Really gets you to go into different game modes and capture different points. And a good use of the app. You can get the app for your phone and see how your clan's doing, right? See what points you need to take over type thing. So you could be playing on your computer and be using the app at the same time to kind of do things more quickly. But other than that, I think it's worth the money. It's definitely something that you should get.
No,
and
not work schedule.
It's something that you should get and play. And if you could do, I would get it. So get it and play it if you're into the first person thing. Otherwise, if you're into the variety, get Battlefield. And hopefully there's more players by the end of this coming year here. Get more than 10,000 players during middle of the day type time, and play with more people and get it all fixed up and just play through the multiplayer. And it's gonna have just like Call of Duty standard, it's gonna have a lot of DLCs, a lot of extra maps, a lot of extra guns, and also a lot of different add-ons like clothes and textures for your guns and things like that. So highly recommended. This has been Steven from Legit PC, and this is my Call of Duty Ghost review. If you like this video, please subscribe for other videos like it. I'd like to thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next video. Take it easy.